Hello and welcome back to the Rupeeting podcast. Today, this is me, Naman. We have Tanvi and Laksh with us, and we are back with another interesting topic. But before all of that, let us go and let me give you a disclaimer. So, whatever we speak about today, none of it is investment advice. All of it is just educational and for entertainment purposes. More of it is entertainment because we have Lux today with us. So
Yay.
let
So
me
yeah,
let me all let me ask you a question. What are your opinions about the 70-hour work week that Narayan Murthy was talking about? Let's go
It's
with
good.
Tanvi.
It's good because we work more than 70 hours. So 70 hours is good for us.
So it's good. So by that you mean कि और work देना चाहिए आपको?
नहीं, all work नहीं देना चाहिए. I'm just saying that it's better. 70 hours is better than what we're doing right now.
And Laksh, what do you think about the statement?
I mean it's Infosys only, na he owns.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The
So
tech
if they
giant, the IT
whoever
giant.
whoever agrees to it, if they pay well enough, then why not? If they're not paying, then they can expect like a 30 to 40 hour work week. But
Speaking of which, speaking of
yeah,
Infosys, a nice metric that we can look upon, the Nifty IT index is down by 8%.
Yeah.
when
And
by in what time period? Today, 10 years from now,
In
in
एक
two
मिनट यार,
years, in the past 2 years.
in in the past 2 years compared to the
Hmm.
Nifty 50, which is up 16% in the same period.
Yes,
yeah.
and
So
why do
what
you think?
happened in IT? Why was
According
it
to
like?
Tanvi, IT people are not working enough hours. So technically they aren't generating enough returns. But Nifty 50 people are working enough to generate 16%.
Yeah, I
Tanvi,
mean,
please tell us the math.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tanvi,
I'm
please go on and
And I
still
would
good.
just like to say, then if we list our company on any of the exchange, it will be doing 20% on a daily basis, every day upper circuit. Sagar
I'm
will
just
turn out to
saying
be
if
the
you
richest
work hard
man.
enough, if you work hard
What?
enough, there are like good returns. If you're
But I don't
hardworking.
think so. Like, if you are hardworking, you personally might get good returns. But if a employee or like if 10 employees are hardworking, it doesn't mean that someone's revenue or top line will increase.
It was just a statement I made. Okay, don't ask me why I made the statement. It was
Why? Why? When Narayan Murthy made the same statement, everyone wants to ask, "Okay, why did he say?"
because
And
he's
you
the
make us.
CEO of Infosys. I mean, he's
So you
answerable
are.
to all stock
So you
shareholders.
are our. You are our nation's next. I don't know whatever
Narayan
you want to
Murthy.
become. Yeah.
Hopefully, thank you for believing in me, guys.
Not
Wow.
Narayan Murthy, but like who's that Edelweiss ka chairman? The lady. You can be that.
Otherwise,
Ooh, I
Yeah.
forgot the name.
I can
I
be like
forgot.
Majumdar or something.
Who? Zamindar?
Majumdar.
Majumdar, bhai.
But
Tanvi is a Zamindar, bro. She's
There's no Majumdar, there's only Majduri for you.
is an Indian billionaire entrepreneur and
Oh.
founder of Biocon Limited.
What does Biocon do?
Biocon is based in
Ah,
Bangalore.
wow. I didn't ask you where it is. Like that, even Kirloskar is from Pune.
And uh, it is a pioneering biotech,
Okay, we forget. This
whatever.
isn't
yeah.
for.
Let's
Yeah.
get back to
Let's
the
forget
Let's
topic.
shift back.
stocks that
Yeah.
are like not
Actually,
doing well.
yes. So the reason we are talking about IT stocks today is there are a
Yeah,
certain type of IT stocks which are doing extremely well that
as
are
compared
called
to
the traditional IT
the
stocks.
traditional IT stocks. Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah,
which are called ER&D
which stands for Engineering Research.
and Development. And
and develop.
these stocks So there are, I think, four stocks: KPIT, Tata Elxsi,
LXC,
L&T
Cyient,
Tech, and
Yeah,
Cyient. Correct.
Cyient.
Four. And all of them, on an average, have gone up 75% in the past 1 year, I think.
2 years.
In the
Two
past two
years.
years.
Two
So it's
Yeah.
a
years.
huge
Yes.
number, yeah.
So we have at one place we have the
The
IT,
traditional IT stocks, which are
which are
down
not
8%.
doing. No, but these are also a part of that index, right?
Yeah, I
Are they?
think they are.
So like
Tanvi
the
might be wrong.
entire IT index is down 8%, but these four stocks
Are
might
up
be in the
by
yes
75%.
75% on an average. And why is that? So now
Yeah,
let me
that's
explain. What is okay? Tell me you wanna go for that?
You
no,
want me
but
to tell a
that
different?
before that, why are we talking about the
Yeah,
R&D space
ER&D.
specific? What is
Cause
like
Tanvi has a secret for us. That isn't a secret anymore, but okay. For our viewers.
So basically, we're talking about a company in this industry who is also gonna come up with an IPO soon. So that makes it a very interesting case for us. And the company is Tata Technologies.
oh,
Whoa.
you missed the drum roll, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
bro. Come on, brother
Drum
Tan.
Brother Tan, this is
the
not
was
acceptable.
called Tata Tech. But
Yes. It
yeah,
is a much
But the
awaited
Tata,
Tata IPO because it's coming after I think 20 years from the Tata clan.
yeah,
The
yeah.
yeah,
last
Tata Group
one
has
was
launched.
LXC.
No, last one
No,
was not Alexi. It was the
no,
uh, last one was TCS ka IPO, which came out in 2004,
2000 something.
I guess.
Yeah,
So after
so
that IPO, Tata Tech is coming out
now
in a few months.
from the Tata group of families. Now, why is Tata Tech excited?
Yeah.
What does it do?
So basically, Tata Tech provides end-to-end engineering solutions. So basically, in the automotive sector, example, you have things like car connect, or you have electronic vehicles. You have like this technology that is made in the cars or other vehicles. So Tata Technology is the research and development that goes behind these companies. So
Okay, so I have a question. Is Tata
Hmm.
Tech just making the software for the thing, or they are actually manufacturing something for the automobile industry?
yeah, no, they do like end-to-end solution. So they will research, they will design, they will develop, they will manufacture. So everything, one company does it.
And
Oh,
how
so
are
they're into manufacturing space as well. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
yeah, but they don't
And yeah,
manufacture cars. They
They don't
yeah, they
manufacture
do.
cars, they manufacture
We
like
have
these.
Tata Motors for doing that.
Yeah. And Tata Motors
yeah.
outsources that from Tata Technology. So the biggest client is Tata Motors, one of the top five
So
clients.
it's like कि इधर का माल उधर का माल इधर basically.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
parent company, subsidiaries, कि अच्छा, you give me this, you give
स्टील
me that.
स्टील बनाता है तो मोटर के पास
Tata
जाता
Steel.
है, टेक बनाता है तो मोटर के पास जाता है, टाटा टेक लगा के टाटा मोटर लगा के बेच देता है.
भेज देने का. Nice.
I
Good
swear.
tactic.
But no, the difference between traditional IT and these companies and
Yeah.
Tata Tech. Let's talk about keep it to Tata Tech. So traditional IT companies would rather provide BPO services to banks or like ERP, that is enterprise resource planning, to certain businesses. Whereas these companies provide. Tell me, now
Provide
do you
design.
have the yes.
They provide like design services. Like I said earlier, they'll do the research, they'll do the development, designing of these like example applications, softwares, everything like that. So more towards that side of IT than systems and communications like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So no
Uh,
one. So do they? Okay, I have a question. You might know the answer to it. You might not. Do they make like Apple CarPlay for a certain company?
I mean, I don't know if Apple CarPlay, but something similar to that. They could do like syncing of or like something similar to Apple CarPlay, but not with the same brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, Apple CarPlay का software is like in source. So they take the software from Apple and they just put it in
Yeah.
the vehicle. What this company does is it makes its own software
Yeah.
for the car. The software
Right.
by the name of Tata Tech.
Okay.
So you might have noticed whenever you sit down in these new age cars and whenever you start the vehicle, there is uh, some kind of fancy animation when we start the vehicle.
Like the tea that comes of
Yeah,
Tata.
yeah, 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 yeah. So all of
Hmm.
that stuff is made by Tata Tech.
Yeah.
But then that's
But
good also, no? Because like, sorry.
sorry.
But that was just an example to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
make people understand what they do,
But
but they do a hell lot of stuff.
but like if you technically see the company is in a very good space right now because
Yeah,
chalo, you compare it to you compare it to traditional IT. The traditional IT, as we all know, anytime a recession comes, the first people who lose jobs are engineers, software
IT people.
engineers.
Yeah,
They are
Yeah.
thrown out. It doesn't happen in a company or in a place, a market like where Tata Tech is there. That it is not, I wouldn't say completely recession proof, but up to a certain level, yes. Because no car is gonna, abhi, suppose you buy, for example, you buy a Tata Harrier, okay, this year.
mm.
It has good tech and everything. Next year, a recession or something comes, or a slowdown, economic slowdown. Tata
You
is not
still
going to
have
be like, yeah, Tata is going to still buy tech from Tata Technologies to upgrade their tech. They aren't going to be like a recession है तो हम लोग 2 साल पुराना माल बेचेंगे या 2 साल पुराना सॉफ्टवेयर
won't
डालेंगे
look
कार
like
में.
that. Yeah,
Hmm.
So this entire space that they are in of basically end to end like giving customers what they require end-to-end solutions is very, it's a safe space kind of compared to traditional IT
Yeah.
because traditional IT gets screwed over every time a slowdown or
yeah,
something
and
comes up.
which is what happened in the past 2 years, I guess, which was the reason the Nifty IT index was down 8%. So countries like US and Europe economies were like down massively. Europe had a recession right now. Even
Hmm.
US was not doing well. So the traditional IT companies were facing problems due to
Messed up.
that. But I guess Tata Tech came out
Yeah.
healthy because of the
Yeah.
reasons mentioned that Laksh mentioned.
Yeah, and just to add to what Love said earlier, so they not just do the technology in the cars, but also they're responsible for the EVs, like electrification of these cars. So basically, these companies are forward looking, like, they are creating technology for the future. So if there's a recession right now, the companies can't afford to not, like, they cannot not invest in the future because they need to sort of have their
Correct.
roadmap for the future. Like, they need to come up with electronic vehicles, sorry, electric vehicles. So, example, if Tata Motors plans to come up with EVs or, to the technology behind it, they will have to invest and they will have to fund the research that goes into it. That's why
Correct.
it's sort of immune to these, current situations. And yeah, it gives like a safe space, like you said earlier.
And plus with
Yeah,
the entire EV, like the entire automobile shifting into, or there's a shift coming into an EV as we can clearly see. I
yeah.
think it
So
is
the
good
entire
for
automobile
such companies.
seeing a shift. So these
Like
manufacturers shifting.
more, yeah, like, chalo, we'll give an example. More and more digitalization and or more and more usage of like now, Naman, you have a BMW ka bike. I'm not saying Tata Tech supplies to BMW, but like for an example, as soon as you switch on a BMW bike, or like
Yeah,
I don't know if your bike has, but there's a digital screen which tells you
we,
everything in it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that software, the more and more vehicles or automobiles get digitalized and smarter, I think this company would prosper more and more because
Yeah, it
technically
is
their job is to make it
directly
smarter.
correlated. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
But also, we could
So
And
say like, these companies would prosper if Tata Technology is moving forward. Like, Tata, like a Land Rover would be more smart if Tata Technologies is growing. And, that's how they contribute
but
to.
but wouldn't that go hand in hand? Like It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Land Rover wouldn't settle for something like if
less.
Tata Tech suppose gives something not up to the mark. The Land
Yeah.
Rover is not going to settle for something because they're going to be like the last year's technology was much better than what you're giving us this year, and you have to upgrade
Yeah.
voice commands and those gestures and everything.
Yeah,
Right.
and that is the thing with the industry. Like the industry is poised for a greater growth coming forward. At least the automobile
Yeah.
industry with things coming like digitalization and uh,
Main focus is EV, like a lot of EV
shift towards
transformation.
using EV vehicles.
Yeah.
That is like a good number that we can look up to for the growth of Tata Tech as well, because the more usage of EV would increase, the more use of software would increase, and in turn that would
Exactly.
benefit Tata Tech. And
Yeah.
even if not EVs, right now even vehicles that are running on fuel,
Hmm.
even they are very well digitalized. So I don't
Of course.
think right now
Yeah.
any of the vehicles are using those traditional instrument clusters where there was a needle which was showing the
Hmm. Yeah.
speed of the fuel gauge. All of that is
Yeah.
digitalized
Yeah.
right now.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
So
So I
that
mean,
that's the thing. And
the industry is only growing so much, and people are spending on this technology a lot. But the sector in this industry is automotive sector that's kind of benefiting from this surge.
plus
So
there is like a trend of spending also, like the global ER&D spend
Yeah.
is, I think, estimated to increase from 1.5 trillion dollars right now to about 2.6, 2.7 trillion dollars by in like the next 3 to 4 years. No, what are we in?
oh
Three
damn,
years.
Yeah.
that's
That
like a
So
is
lot.
that's
a
like, yeah, that's like more than how much? I think more than 60%, a jump of more than
More
sixty
than
percent
that is
in the
more
insane.
next 3 years.
than
So
Hmm.
like it's you can see that there's a global trend in this, that people are
also
ready, companies are ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
another point that is very like surprising is this outsourcing of ER&D is fairly under penetrated. Like
Yeah.
outsourcing of ER&D is just at 0.6% of the total spend that Laksh mentioned. As
Wow.
Yeah.
compared to the traditional IT services, currently about 25% of the spend is outsourced, like outsourced to companies, low cost companies like India.
So
Yeah.
So
that is
even
very visible, no? That's why
yeah,
Infosys expects their employees to work for 70 hours a week
You need to
because
keep up with
what?
you need to keep up with
Yeah, and plus they want to cheap out on the money as well.
yeah.
yeah.
Save
old
more.
old
Yeah,
But even the Indian players are like investing fairly in this. I mean,
of course,
we have Tata
because
Motors only investing so much in Tata Technologies, and then we could see other companies also joining the list.
of course, and plus there's that entire thing that once there is a very high need outside India, like somewhere where the economic benefit or the benefit of scale comes in play, they will start
Yeah,
giving these orders to India
yeah.
because, first of all, cheaper labor,
yeah,
cheaper everything. So,
Also,
once, yeah,
currently the outsourcing ER&D outsourcing opportunities around $130 billion worldwide, and
yeah,
surprisingly, India has the potential to address nearly half of it. So if we just look by the perspective of Tata
yeah,
Tech can Tata Tech has the potential to address a huge amount of the ER&D industry.
yeah. And not just in the
exactly.
automotive sector, but also in the aviation sector. And because they recently got Airbus on board. So now they're also supplying technology to Airbus because with the
Wow.
growing need of sustainable flying, with
So
airplanes having
Airbus is
such
by Boeing, right? They're serving it
yeah,
to
Yeah.
Boeing.
yeah.
No,
So
Airbus and Boeing are two different.
Oh, these are
Sorry.
two different
only
companies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
supplying technology to Airbus. I don't know what Boeing, but
they'll come through.
hopefully, yeah, they'll come around. But also, I mean, there's a major focus on the automotive sector because, like, where we talked about how sustainability is in the forefront, and we need to have like electric vehicles. And also, like, combustion engines need to be efficient if they're still using fuel based engines. That's there too.
But do you all actually believe that EV is good for us?
No.
Not really. Because, I mean,
No,
the
because
process of manufacturing it is only
yeah,
leaving such a huge carbon footprint that when you use it,
the process of making that electric battery pack is actually
yeah.
very harmful. So carving out
I wish
lithium from
Ayush was here right now. That day we had an extra exciting debate on
the
this after
why
Oh,
the
yeah,
11 o'clock.
like 13 minutes on that.
is
Yeah.
Ayush's pro electric vehicles?
No, Ayush is overall pro like making a change individually,
No, but it's better
and
than
I
oil
am
and
like,
gas.
no.
It's better than fuel based.
I mean, it is the same, bro. Like, how do you get your lithium? There's no electric vehicle going and getting it. There are
Yeah, yeah,
oil-based trucks that are getting it.
yeah. I
The
yeah, I agree to it. I
the
mean,
machine
what
that
we are
needs
saying,
it,
the
it needs
electric is
fuel to drill
better.
out lithium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but you have
is
to start somewhere,
Everything.
right? You can't be like, I'll have an electric vehicle and then I'll go and get it from to make another electric. Like you have to start somewhere. So once that is done, then you'll also replace these fuel-based trucks, and then these will also be electric.
I mean, okay, but
I
that
mean,
is
for
different.
now, of course, there's an imbalance, but for sure, in the future, like 10, 20 years later, everything is gonna be, I mean, it should be electric.
Electronic. I don't think
Should
so,
be.
but okay.
But then again, there comes a question of how we're getting the electricity. Is it coal-based electricity? Is it water-based electricity? I mean, it's too
I'm telling
much.
you, it's fine. It's fine. Just live out your life for now and hope that the earth sustains till the time you're alive. At least that's how I go. बात
You
में के लिए
only
हाँ
you only live once, so might as well.
yeah, you only live once.
Yeah.
But
But there are like
yes,
other players also in this sector, right? There's KPIT, there's Alexi. Alexi is all Tata company's subsidiary only. So it's quite interesting because they're like,
brother sister.
yeah, it's like a sibling bond and both are trying to get the best, I think.
They can both work together. And
What about those companies like
what do you know about the companies like
yeah,
LXC and
Yeah. So
KPIT?
basically, Alexi, so I know how different they are. So Alexi has a very global clientele. Like they usually provide services to the American and European market. And Technologies also provides some services, but their main clientele is based in India and Southeast Asia. Like there's a company called Winfast
Win
based
fast. It's an
is
amazing
that
company.
yeah. So they provide services to that. So that's like on the basis of what sort of geography
If
they're
I'm not
catering.
wrong, Tata Tech is also invested into Winfast. I might be
Yeah,
wrong, but
I think
till the
so.
time they own certain part of Winfast.
Probably. You wanna Google it?
No, no, it's fine. The viewers can Google it for themselves.
yeah,
You
and
know, the
mention in the
Winfast CEO became a
I'd
billionaire
be
overnight.
I'd be very happy if the
Billionaire
viewers
overnight.
Yeah, his entire so his the IPO got listed in one
Mm-hmm.
night, in one day, trading day. The stock shot up and
Yeah.
it got
which stock
he became a Winfast car.
win
Wow.
fast.
Yeah, it happened a few months back, and I think it came down also after that. The man was still a billionaire.
But I mean, it took him some time to reach that level where his company
Of
got
course.
public and not
Of
like
course.
overnight.
I mean, the shift was over, right? But okay.
But yeah, back to cars
Yeah,
Tech.
and Tata
KPIT and
Tech.
LLC. Yeah. So even the competitors in this industry are growing. And so KPIT had a 5-year CAGR revenue, like a revenue 5-year CAGR of 11.2%, and Alexi had 12.3%. So we can see that they're more or less on the same trajectory of growth.
Mm.
And yeah, I mean, even for Tata Tech, we should be able to see these numbers once they go public, hopefully.
Also, another surprising metric would be the change in EBITDA margins that these companies had. So in FY18, Tata Elxsi was running on an EBITDA margin of 28%, KPIT was at 12.1,
Hmm.
and L&T was doing at 15.5. But in FY23, LXC came up to 30.6, KPIT at around 19, and LTTS did about 21.3. So they had a
Hmm.
massive jump in their EBITDA margins. So instead of
And why
looking
is
at
that?
their revenue, that is Tanvi would explain.
What? Can you?
Why would that be?
In the past 8 years, like we just talked, no, how the industry is growing because there's a need for sustainable options, there's a need for more digitalization. So all these manufacturers are investing, in research.
No, but why has the EBITDA margins gone up?
What is Tata Technologies doing different than these two players? Like, what do they have
That
to
you are
offer?
going to tell us.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you also
I,
another thing. Again, Tanvi has wrote this blog by herself. So promotion
Tanvi,
uptime.
Tanvi is the blog wizard.
Yeah,
please don't do that. Please don't say that because
And
people are gonna read.
Sagar is going to kill us after looking at this.
Yeah, made so many edits to this.
but yeah, continue.
Yeah, so basically, Tata Tech is so they provide end-to-end solutions, right? So there are maybe KPIT only provides example, they only provide the design part of it or the development part of it, or LXC only is like a design specialist basically. So they don't do end-to-end solutions. They might do like it's and bits of the process. So Tata Tech is one of the only players who does this and has like a wider range of services that they provide. And it
Understood.
is also like positioned differently. It has a very big addressable market, and I mean it's also highly dependent on its client, like on its top 5 clients. Mm, but yeah, I mean they have a different strategy that they're coming from. They have a strong parentage, like they come from the Tata group. So of course they have like that sort of experience and the resources that come with being a part of the Tata group.
And that
Yeah.
That's
task
nice.
is that
What?
nothing.
Okay.
So,
Did that make you
What?
what's
really happy?
next? Yeah, what's next?
So the next part would be how this company is growing. Like, now we know how they are different in the industry.
What are the
But
growth drivers?
Yeah.
now we know
So
about
Tata
Namya,
Tech was historically Tata Tech was
Namya Bhau.
historically Namya Bhav speaking. Yeah. So yeah, Tata Tech was basically heavily focused onto the automotive sector primarily since it started. But recently they have ventured into the aerospace industry. As Tanvi mentioned, they are in talks with Airbus right now.
no, they've
So
already
currently,
signed a deal with us.
yeah, currently the
Yeah.
aerospace industry is seeing a huge amount of technological shifts. especially with the use of hybrid and electric propulsion systems. So, before electric and hybrid propulsion systems, the aerospace industry was basically very heavily reliant on those fuel engines, fuel propulsion systems. So,
Yeah.
as soon as these hybrid and electric propulsion systems came in, that is where Tata Tech also came in.
But
So,
it's so
Tata
cool
Tech
because
has, sorry.
it's really cool because I mean airplanes have the most amount of carbon footprint. So there's like a very strong need for them to switch to these hybrid models.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. And also
yeah.
electric models as well.
Yeah.
And additionally, the Tata Group has also plans to enter the aerospace manufacturing in India.
Manufacturing.
Yeah, manufacturing. So apparently, like Laksh said, Land Rover को स्टील लगता है तो टाटा स्टील से आता है, टेक लगता है तो टाटा टेक से आता है. तो apparently
सब इन
टाटा,
हाउस ही है।
हाँ, टाटा ग्रुप जैसे एरोस्पेस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करेगा, वेरी इंट्यूटिवली इट has it has already bagged one of the clients for Tata
Yeah.
Tech. Other than
पार्किंग
that,
चाहिए तो
would be
पार्किंग चाहिए तो ताज में वो कंट्री।
but yeah, it is one of the growth drivers for Tata Tech. But other than that Tata Tech has uh, a lot of branded customers under their hat. So Jaguar, Land Rover, Tata Motors are all key customers of Tata Tech, and they contribute about 40% to the total revenue, which is a little alarming. But you all can chill out because uh,
हम तो चिल्ड होंगे।
back back in those days, these three companies used to contribute about 60% to the total revenue.
Yeah.
So yeah, the company is trying to diversify out. So back six from 60, they've come down to 40% of the total revenue, and also they have new plans like Winfast. So I don't know if a lot of you have heard about this, but Winfast is one of the most successful EV startups in the world, and it makes those ADAS. Have you ever heard about it? ADAS.
No,
या
what
So
is that?
ADAS is basically a sensor which is put in front of the cars,
Hmm.
which helps the car to be in the same straight road and to apply brakes automatically. There is some obstacle in front of the car.
Is it like lane control and like
या
cruise control?
यस
Lane
यस
assist. Something like that.
So with these new plans coming under Tata Tech's hat,
Yeah.
Tata Technologies is obviously bound to see a good amount of growth.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the growth drivers. We know how clean and nice this industry is. What next? What is there for the investors? So
दैट
Tata Tech
यू आर
is
द
coming
नंबर
out.
विज़र्ड नाउ।
Tata Tech is coming out with an IPO soon, and it would be open for the retail investors from 22nd November to 24th November. And how many shares
So
are they?
सो इट्स राइट अराउंड द कॉर्नर।
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a few days, in like a few days. So all of you might just be excited about the IPO soon. But back to the
Okay.
numbers. Tata Tata Tech is currently coming out with an offer. Hey, what is full form of OFS? Fuck.
Offer for sale.
Offer for sale, huh? Offer for sale, and it is currently
और
selling
व्हाट इज
about six
ओएफएस?
point.
एक्सप्लेन ऑफर फॉर सेल।
Yeah,
Me?
Tanvi would do that. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. It's the number of shares that they are willing to sell. No?
So no, offer for sale is basically the shares that are sold by earlier investors
प्रमोटर्स
in the
होल्ड
same company.
या
Oh, like that. Yeah, that I
Yeah,
knew.
so The Tata Tech
So
is
there's
not
no
actually
other
coming.
meaning to it than me.
Tata Tech is not
Oh
actually
my
issuing
god.
new shares. Tata Tech is not actually issuing new shares. So their existing shareholders, which is Tata Motors, Alpha TC Holdings, and Tata Capital. These three companies are selling their shares in the market. The expected size of the IPO is about 3,000 crores, 3,050 crores, and the price band is at around 475 to 500 rupees for the retail investor.
And for HNIs like you, Naman?
No, Baba, not an HNI. That is the same price band. Maybe your buying quantity can increase.
But yes, that is. I think that's all that we have on the stock, right? Or do we have something else as well?
Yeah, that is that is pretty exciting about the stock, isn't it? More than enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
might
it's
be another interesting metric that we can look up to. So all these auto-focused ER&D companies that Tanvi mentioned about, so KPIT, LXC, and LTTS, they are expected to see a PAT growth of 25% CAGR over the next 2 years, and they are trading at about a TTM PE. So TTM for everyone is like trailing 12 months PE of about 70x.
Are you, Tanvi, you have
yeah.
any idea what
What
TTM?
What
about
is what is TTM?
trailing 12 months, like the last 12 months?
Oh, yay, kudos. But
Is
yeah,
it correct?
Finance.
they are trading at an average of about 70 times. And currently, Tata Tech is trading at around, during the
30
time
times.
of listing, it would trade at around 30 times TTMP. So that's
So
all we
then
can,
you can make
all
more
that we
out of it.
can
Yeah.
nothing else.
Like we can't
But
give
yeah,
any advice on.
this is an IPO that might be like the Diwali sweets that you had a few days back.
Okay, that's a nice analogy. I mean,
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
a
it.
describe
That's
like the
a
Diwali sweets you had a few days.
yeah,
that's a wrap.
I think we ended too
yeah.
abruptly.
I know.
Yes, it's a kathi roll.
Okay, that's finally a wrap then. We don't want to start with
Yeah.
these lame jokes.
And otherwise, Lakshmi will start
Same,
doing pani puri and aloo paratha.